Hi, Dr. Rob Silverman, Amazon best-selling author, Inside Out Health. I was just asked today, autoimmunity, what is it by a patient? How does it really affect me? And how's the gut tied in with autoimmunity? I thought that was a fabulous question. And for someone who really loves to emphasize the gut-to-brain axis and all about gut health and all about brain health, I realized that maybe I need to start explaining this a little more to all of you. So autoimmunity. It's your body's expression of attacking itself. Let's go through the process. Here are 3 triggers to autoimmunity. Environmental triggers. Environmental triggers could be sugar, your environment, gluten, dairy, food additives, stress, both mental and physical stress, gums, guar gums, food gums, and the like. So these are things that can be environmental triggers, just like toxins, just like something called glyphosate. Glyphosate is in Roundup, which is an ingredient in Roundup which a lot of people use in the soils, and they're used, believe it or not, as an antibiotic. Glyphosate damages the gut, the microvilli in the gut, the absorbable part of the gut, can cause leaky gut. So glyphosate would also be an environmental triggers. There are some genetic susceptibilities, like people who have celiac would be genetically susceptible to the gluten protein or the protein in gluten. So there's those genetic susceptibilities, which is only really like 10 to 30%, most of which 70 to 90% is truly controllable about what you do with yourself. So with that being said, autoimmunity, let's start with the concept of the gut. Now, the gut is a very important piece. It's 80% of your immune cells, as well you know. It's where your macro and micronutrients are absorbed. So digested food particles, nutrients in water, in a perfectly functioning gut are absorbed through the small intestine. When this gut becomes permeable and you get intestinal barrier, which is also another susceptibility to autoimmunity, there are particles that pass on digested food particles, viruses, bacteria, and the such. They pass. When they pass the gut, they go into your bloodstream. Now, your immune system is very interesting. There's 2 types of immune system. There's your adaptive immune system, which is your major problem, and your innate immune system. Sorry about that. Your innate immune system. Your innate immune system is something you've had for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. At some point, over the last 10,000 years, we got an adaptive immune system, which is headed by B and T cells. So when something passes your gut and gets into your bloodstream, your body has an option of saying itself, meaning it recognizes it as supposed to be there, or something that's foreign. Now, obviously, a protein, a microbe, a bacteria that passes your gut that normally is supposed to be absorbed or stay inside your gut is now a foreign substance, and your immune system attacks. So your immune system attacks. That particle that passes your immune system is called an antigen. Immunoglobulins give antibodies. These antibodies come and attack that antigen, and essentially you're getting now what we call an autoantigen or antibody antigen immune system. Kind of like reaction, kind of like an allergic reaction, and it attacks it. Inflammation increases. All these things with inflammation set a fire you feel. However, autoimmunity. Well, what do we mean by autoimmunity? Autoimmunity is when your body attacks itself. Well, at the time of inflammation, or a lot of inflammation, your immune system, your adaptive immune system with those B and T cells can't make out what's going on. It's sort of like a fireman going into a fire and there's a lot of smoke and it's hot and he's dizzy and he can't ascertain which door to go through. Your immune system almost becomes confused, and they call this molecular mimicry. So the molecules of your body, your structure, is very similar to this foreign bodies, believe it or not, and your body starts to attack it. So let me give you some examples of autoimmunity, some very basic chiropractic examples. Rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis. It's the body attacking itself. A great example of osteoarthritis is in the lower back. So many people have come in, 8 out of 10 Americans have lower back pain, and talk about a disc injury. So when you have a disc, the inside of a disc is a nucleus. The outside of the disc is an annulus. When this nucleus comes out and sticks out, and it's made of a consistency of like liquid. It's not jello like we've told everybody, or really gelatinous. It's very liquid. It comes out and it literally starts to leak. The body attacks itself. It attacks that area and attacks the joints around it. So disc injuries can lead you to osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis is now considered, for over a decade, believe it or not, it's not wear and tear, it's an autoimmune disease. Rheumatoid arthritis is also an autoimmune disease. Multiple sclerosis, many of the problems with the brain, when the body attacks the brain, neurodegenerative disease is autoimmunity. So much autoimmunity, shocking. Psoriasis is autoimmunity. So when people come in and look at the scab or the scaling here, they think it's here, but it's coming from here. Your body's on attack. Many of these things are autoimmunity. I have come to believe that we're living in the mantra of autoimmunity, which always goes back to my idea of wanting to manage and modulate inflammation. Because if you can do that, you'll be able to really precipitously decrease your incidence of autoimmunity. So one of the first steps is always take care of the gut, and just understand that thyroid is autoimmunity also. So all these different things lead to this concept of autoimmunity. I wanted to do a quick live here to really speak about that and share some interesting ideas, hopefully move the metrics. You know, Oliver Wendell Holmes once said, a mind stretched by a new idea never returns to its original dimensions. So hopefully this concept stretches it a little bit. Start asking your doctor, can this lead me down this deleterious path of autoimmunity? And don't forget, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, celiac disease, all these things can come from the body's response to inflammation, or its adverse response to inflammation. If you guys have any questions, always feel free to reach out. Like, click, share, comment. And
I have one shout out from Matt Johnson, which is a fellow.
Hey Matt, say how are you? Hope all is well. I know it's a Monday. I surprised you all by doing it. I may have to go to South Dakota tomorrow because it's snowing, so I wanted to get it in before, and we're going to start doing some more Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives and YouTube and all that. So look forward to seeing you. Dr. Abo is yours in health.